So yeah, it's an opportunity, but it's also a little sketchy, right? So they offered it to me on short notice. They've offered it to me again. I'm from a weight class down from him. He's on a 6-fight win streak. I'm coming off a loss.
The AllStar app, the #1 app in the business. UFC, Bellator, One Championship, PFL, and more. Get the app right now. Link in description. Yeah, let's just jump right into it, man. This opportunity for the title. Just talk about getting the call and what you think of this opportunity.
Well, I got the call, and I actually got offered this fight in December.
Mhm.
That was when the last gentleman took it on short notice. I wasn't really going to take it on short notice. I wasn't looking for a short notice fight. I wasn't really training too seriously at the time. So when I got this one, it was kind of, I wouldn't say expected, but it was kind of, I had just gotten the offer. So I was like, oh, okay, so they're just looking out for it again. It was a good offer. It seems like a good promotion. I definitely did my research on him a little bit. And yeah,
What do you think of his recent run? He's done pretty well for himself.
he has. He's done pretty well for himself. I see he's on, what, a 6-fight win streak. I'm kind of curious as to why, being that he's on a 6-fight win streak, he hasn't already been re-signed. They just signed a guy that I was supposed to fight 2 years ago off of one fight. So
Mhm.
there's a reason for it. I'm not sure. It's not my business, but yeah, I mean, I looked and even the guys he's fought. It's not like he was fighting can crushers. He wasn't. He was fighting guys with decent records. He was fighting, more regionally experienced guys. So his run is pretty good. I'm not overly impressed because they may not be can crushers, but they're not world beaters either. He wasn't fighting. I've been in there with the #1 guy in the world. He wasn't fighting those guys. So I respect him for his streak, but also know there's more to it than meets the eye.
For yourself, I just like to rewind a little bit, before, you step into the cage of like what you've been through the last couple of years since being let go by the UFC. You know what I mean? Like what was the mind state throughout the last couple of years and what were your goals, for fighting?
Well, so I wasn't really cut. I fought my contract out, but we kind of knew going into my last fight it was a win or break. I'm not going to give you another contract coming off a loss, so it wasn't like it was a huge surprise, right? We didn't even try for a new contract, and they probably wouldn't have kicked anyways. I wasn't sure, so when I went to the UFC, I was very hard headed, and if I ever got cut or if I ever lost this contract, I would just be done. That my perspective kind of changed throughout my career, and I just enjoy fighting. So I was like, well, I'll give it some more here. Let's see what we got. Probably still could have done a little bit better since then. I haven't had the best showings recently. It kind of showed in my training. I wasn't taking it seriously, so I was just fighting for fun. I wasn't taking it seriously. I think I take it a little bit more seriously now. I got to take it just as serious as I was before, but it's not make or break. I have a life outside of fighting. I have a good job. I have a house. I have a fiance, kid on the way. So I take it seriously, but it's also not the end all be all for me.
Life is good then for you, man. You got a fiance, you got a baby on the way. It's not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. No, no, it's not bad. Everything's going really good right now, and
Yeah.
like I said, I'm doing this so I enjoy it. So that makes it nice, right? So see what happens.
Do you feel like you're in a better like mental state than before? Like even when before you were in the UFC and in your attitude towards fighting?
Oh, absolutely. I took it. I'm very competitive as a person, so I took everything to heart. If I had a bad day at training, I was angry, um, stuff like that. I just go with it now. I had a lot of stuff happen while I was in the UFC. I was in a bad accident. I actually went through a divorce, so I had a lot happening. So my mental state wasn't there when I was in the UFC. It's not any excuses, but I mean that's just reality, right? Like I know I fought Scott Holtzman, and I couldn't do stairs. I wasn't going up and down steps. I wasn't allowed. But yet I'm on television fighting. So yeah, so I mean there was a lot to it. Now I look back and go, that was really dumb. I shouldn't have done that stuff. But like I said, that's just how I was. I was very competitive. I got offered a fight. Didn't matter if it was on short notice or I couldn't walk. I'm going to take the fight. Um, I've taken fights with broken hands. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Now I'm to the point where, no, I wasn't really training hard, and they called me that short notice fight, and I was like, no, I'm not really training seriously. I'm not going to do it. I don't need to. So yeah, it's definitely different, and that's where it shows, in my opinion. 4 years ago, 5 years ago, the UFC would have called me and I wouldn't train. I was 4 weeks notice. Absolutely, let's go. No, I wouldn't do that now.
Yeah, man, the fighter's mentality is something that I think someone needs to study that deeper, because you guys will do things against all odds. It's just like in your nature, and then with the combination of outside factors, man, it can like be a downfall for a lot of fighters, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, that's how I was. I mean, you look at my career. I took the fight with Khabib on 8 days' notice. Um, the only fight I had while I was in the UFC that was on a full camp was my fight against Holtzman or against Devin Powell. That was off of what should have ended my career. I was never supposed to walk again. That was a year later. I was still in physical therapy, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. I'll line up a fight. Let's go. That guy looks like a good fight. I'll fight him. Sure, why not? It's not healthy, but it worked for me at the time. But yeah, looking back now, I'm a little older, a little calmer. I definitely should have done it the way I did it.
You have a lot of experience though, man. You fought for like pretty much three of the major promotions
Right,
that's out there, and now you go back to, so to say, the regional scene. But United is a pretty decent organization. It's a pretty big organization, and you get a title shot, man. It's like there's always opportunity out there, right? For
right,
everyone.
right. So yeah, so I respect. I looked him up. So yeah, like I came up at CFFC, which for us down here is I would say similar size. They might be a little bit bigger now that I've done a little more research on Unified, but that's a big regional promotion in the states, and that was kind of where I came up, and a lot of fighters came up from. I was the champ there. Yeah, Unified seems to be regionally pretty decent show, pretty big. Um, but as far as the opportunity, it's also so yeah, it's an opportunity, but it's also a little sketchy, right? So they offered it to me on short notice. They've offered it to me again. I'm from a weight class down from him. He's on a 6 fight win streak. I'm coming off of a loss. Why are they pushing for this fight? They see something. They're trying to build their guy up and get him to go to the show, right? So I'm trying to spoil that. We know that that's my role in this is to try to spoil his re-signing. Um, but that it doesn't raise any flags to me, but it makes me look at it and I'll evaluate myself. We've been watching my tape of my training sessions. We never used to do that because obviously they see something that, hey, yeah, he's a good pair. Let's bring him in. He's a name. I think I have name recognition. Um, so they're looking at like he's a name and he's beatable. Otherwise, they wouldn't bring me in to fight their guy, right? Like I said, I came up in a similar situation. CFFC was kind of similar. I mean, I wasn't the end guy, so they didn't do it for me, but I saw them do that for other champions where they're like, oh, like that would be a good fight. Like it's a tough fight, but he's a winnable fight. So I've seen that happen regionally. I know what they're doing. So it's not a surprise to me. But, so I don't think it's the opportunity isn't as much of an opportunity as it is. Like I said, they're bringing me in to feed me to him. It's an opportunity for him. That is what they're trying to capitalize on. But I'll take advantage of it. I'm good with that.
It's an opportunity to spoil the party, man, because it's
That's
always
right. That's
better to
right.
spoil the party, don't you think?
That's definitely more satisfying. And
Especially you go into his hometown and do it, right?
that's right. And I definitely thrive more on the underdog. So I've been the underdog in probably almost all of my fights. I'll bet I'll bet I've only had a couple fights in my whole career that I was not the underdog. So I do better. I enjoy being the underdog. I enjoy the challenge. So I'm good with it. So yeah, let's do it. I'll come spoil it and take his momentum from him.
There you go, man. Because, like you said, he's on this win streak. They must see something, and they must want to build something for him. And whenever
Yeah,
someone gets signed to the UFC from the promotion, it's good look for the promotion.
yeah,
And
exactly.
if you go in there and win, maybe you're gonna get signed. Who knows what's next after this? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it
yeah. I
just
mean, so we right now they need people. So I've been training with some other UFC vets, and they've been saying, oh, they need lightweights, and they were never like that before. Lightweight was always so full. So we always kind of knew I was going to need a couple wins and a decent name. Well, I'm just going backwards. I'm going to get a name who guys on a streak, and then just another win or two, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
yeah, for sure. What is the training camp looking like for you right now? Where are you working?
So I train at a smaller gym. It's Harrisburg BJJ. So it's 3G Jiu-Jitsu. Um, we've had an MMA program, but it was Harrisburg Kickboxing. Now we've combined to be an MMA program. But it's all the same guys I've done my whole career with. So we've just transitioned from gym to gym because the name changed, right? So where I first started training 15 years ago, I'm with a bunch of the same guys. We're all the same guys. We just transitioned because MMA gyms are hard to run. You got to get the backing and the publicity, and they're just hard to keep open. But a jujitsu place stays open. They got the fund. They get the funding. You know what I mean? So it's all the same people. We're at a different location, and now I am traveling to King of Prussia to train with Bill Algeo and his team out there. He's got a good little group of guys out there, and he's got a lot of guys that are similar in style. They specialize in Thai there. I mean, stylistically, it's a gym that he would be training at if he was down here. Um, Stand up kickboxer, jiu-jitsu, and Muay Thai. Like that's what they specialize in there. So I've been going there to get a lot of a lot of looks similar to him, a lot of guys similar build to him, um, and just working hard.
What's the mentality though? You know what I mean? Like just with this fight, with this opponent, what's the mentality throughout this camp for you?
Um, so that's hard to say because I don't really think about the fight too much, right? So I'm just trying to train because I enjoy it. So I think about training. I focus on training. And being that it's a weight class up, I don't have to cut a lot of weight because I do cut a lot of weight for lightweight. I'm a fairly big lightweight. So it's a relief on my mind. I don't have much stress. I don't have to focus on the fight and be paranoid about eating. What am I eating? What am I doing? I mean, I'm still eating clean. I'm still eating healthy. I'm still dieting. I'm still, doing all the right things, but I don't have to lose 30 pounds. So it's different. So the mentality is to maybe just try to not, like you said before, not take it so seriously. Obviously the fight is very serious, but don't stress about it. Um, Try to stay a little more relaxed and just focus on me, right? Like I said, they see something in me that is beatable. So I'm trying to focus on me and make myself the best me I can and take out holes that we see in my game. Again, I'll circle here. We're watching footage of my sparring sessions, of my grappling sessions, my wrestling sessions, um, trying to see where the openings are because they see something. So let's just focus on me, trying to make myself better.
Did you feel like you put too much pressure on yourself with the other two fights that you had, especially for the PFL and Eagle FC?
Oh, absolutely. So the PFL, yeah, I put a lot of pressure on myself, and I didn't really train right for that fight. I didn't do any grappling for that fight. Uh, that was bad. Um, I didn't at all. The Eagle one I trained very hard for. I put a lot of pressure on myself because I don't like losing. Like I said, I am competitive, um, but everybody gets caught, and it's never been me before. I've done it to people, uh, but apparently it happens eventually, no matter how what you do and how you work on it. And yeah, that one bothers me a little bit too, but it happens, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, man, it's the sport, man. Like,
Right,
I'm not a fighter, but being an observer, being a viewer, being a part of the audience, you have to understand that. You know what I mean? You can't just say like he's just so much better than the other guy. To be
right.
honest with you, you know what I mean? It's like sometimes people get caught, man. You see it all the time. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I have like was it 5 wins under 2 minutes or something like that. I got two 30 seconds. So I mean, yeah. So I know it happens. People get caught. It happens.
what do you want to do in this fight, though? Like, I know you want to go spoil the party, but like, what do you want to show?
I just want to show that I've been working. I've been working on all aspects of the game. I want to show that. It's 5 rounds. I don't want to go 5 rounds, but I'm prepared to go 5 rounds. So I'm good with showing that. Obviously, I have seven decision wins. Um, so I've been to a decision. I haven't shown that I have a hard time with that, but 5 rounds is a long fight. I don't want to go to 5 rounds. Good lord.
Nobody does, man.
No,
Come
that'd
on.
be miserable, to be honest with you. But yeah, I just want to show that I've been working hard and I've been working on all aspects of it. And I hope to just show some improvement. And I think if I go out and I compete to my ability, I win this fight and then I spoil it for him.
To me, one of the most dangerous types of fighters is a fighter in your position right now. Like to me, like the guys, like what you're getting into, and you've kind of embraced that,
Yeah.
and you want to go there and prove a point for everybody in attendance. And what's crazy about this situation is that if you win, you have a strap now, like you have a belt, like
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
the champ.
It'll
It's
go on my shelf with my other one. I got
yeah,
CFFC belt sitting down there. Yeah, it'll go right
yeah.
there next to it. Yeah, it definitely gives me, like I said, that satisfaction. Yeah. I just want to go there and show what I can do, like show why I have name recognition, I guess, for lack of better terms.
March 31st, United MMA 50 main event title fight. Darrell, thank you so much, man, for the time, and enjoy it, man. Embrace it. You know what I mean? This is the first interview we've done, but man, it was a fun chat. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.